What's good, YouTube? It's the BowTie Fragrance Guy, man. We cover fragrances on this channel, obviously, but I also like to get into talking about some style, giving you guys some grooming tips as well. How you can look and smell your best every day. So if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting that bell icon as well, so anytime a new video gets uploaded, you get notified. On today, guys, I want to be jumping in and talking about some very expensive luxury fragrances that I feel are worth every penny. More expensive fragrances, a lot of times you do kind of get what you pay for in a lot of instances. And although I'm talking about expensive fragrances on this video, I do still recommend if you can find these at a discount, which I've done for quite a few of these, not all of them, but quite a few of these, I found them at discounted prices. But I do feel like they were well worth the money spent. Now, when I say very expensive, anything I would say definitely over 450 bucks is very expensive for a fragrance. Anything over that is very expensive for a fragrance. So these fragrances are ones that retail for those at that $450 price point. So I'm gonna run the intro and we'll come back, we'll get into it. If you want to see what's on the list, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into the video. Now, if you guys have not gotten your copy of the Gentleman's Blueprint, what is you waiting for? It's out there. It is still available, man, for $9. And, the chance that you can win a 5ml decant, have a chance to win a 5ml decant from my collection is enough in itself, enough value to purchase it. But there's so much value in what is in the ebook, man. We've been putting the table of contents up there so you can kind of, scroll through, take a quick attentive perusal of what is in the ebook. And I think it is a chapter in there, at least one or two that will resonate with any man out there that is a modern gentleman and is en route to just that whole process of becoming the best version of who he can be. So make sure you click the link in the description to support me and get yourself a copy of the ebook. Like I said, you have a chance to win a 5ml decant of any fragrance in my collection. And I want to be announcing the winners of the subsequent weeks here at the end of the week on a live stream. So do yourself a favor and get the ebook. All right, guys, so let's jump into the video. I have 10 fragrances here, and this is probably going to be, there is going to be a part 2 to this video. I don't even know what to say about this first one. So good, man. From the brand of Roja Parfums, Parfums de la Nuit number 3. Parfums de la Nuit number 3. This one retails for 1,250 bucks. Leather, Artemisia, saffron, rose, benzoin, and there's a nice ambery accord on the base of this fragrance is what are some of the main notes in this composition. But guys, this is just, now I will tell you, this is not in any stretch of the imagination a mass appealing kind of scent profile. This ain't Louis Vuitton's imagination, not Louis Vuitton lovers. This is fine perfumery at its finest. Yeah, man, like I said, and this is not going to appeal to a lot of people. Not going to appeal to a lot of people. Again, a lot of people, anybody that's just getting into fragrances, I would never recommend a fragrance like this. But it wouldn't be just because of the price point, but just also because this is not the kind of scent profile that most newcomers will resonate towards or gravitate towards, I'm sorry. This stuff is so good, man. Really, it's a nice leathery fragrance that has a nice ambery, dry down with some nice green undertones. It's not really animalic. Of the 3 from the Parfums de la Nuit collection, number 1 to me has the most animalics in it, but it's so good. It has a smokiness to it. Guys, get a sample. Again, I would say this is for a little bit more of an advanced, frag head, if you will, but to me, this is so well done. The quality of ingredients is here. It performs really well. It is a very creative scent profile. And one of the words Roja used to describe this one is it has a mystery about it. It's a mysterious fragrance. It is a mysterious fragrance, but definitely one, in my opinion, that's well worth it. From the brand of Roja Parfums. Again, it's the Parfums de la Nuit, number 3. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, this one is from the brand of Frederic Malle. And this one is called The Moon. The Moon. Oh, man, one of the best rose oud fragrances ever created. Retails for $950. This is raspberry, blackberry, rose, oud, leather. Little ambery touches on this one as well on the dry down. But the star players here, of course, is that fruity opening. That, you know, raspberry, blackberry, rose, and oud is really what this fragrance is about at the end of the day. Again, done by Julien Rasquinet, a perfumer who's really been getting a lot of shine here over the last 2 years or so. Julien actually worked on one of my fragrances that I did with Navitus Parfums. Amazing perfumer, and he created a gem. Now, again, I'm not a huge fan of animalics. I am not. But I really love this oud. You definitely is there, and it's bordering animalic, but it doesn't reach animalic. And it's tamed by those more fruity elements in the opening of the fragrance. It's just a masterpiece. Worth the price of admission on this one, but as I said, any of these, try to find them discounted, and I'll try to link as many as I can to the video. But The Moon by Frederic Malle, masterpiece. Now this next fragrance comes from one of my favorite niche brands, niche houses right now, and this is from the brand of Boadicea, the Victorious, the Sapphire collection. This one is called Blue Sapphire. Blue Sapphire retails for $850 retail. Lemon, marigold, oud, chamomile, and magnolia. One of the notes that's kind of slept on here is that magnolia note, because it works in combination with this very citrusy lemon opening that you get here. I think that's what kind of gives it that candied, almost like sweetness in this fragrance. Again, chamomile, some of the other notes in here, tagettes or marigold in here as well, gives some kind of green undertones with the fragrance. But this is just a phenomenal rose oud fragrance like none I've ever smelled, especially because of those florals and that kind of candied lemon citrus opening that you get in Blue Sapphire. Next level perfumery, guys, definitely worth the price of admission here. Again, this one's called Blue Sapphire. The next fragrance comes from the brand of Amouage, and this is definitely a fragrance that I would say is a gift of kings. This is Jubilation Man 40. Jubilation Man 40 retails for $520. Blackberry, frankincense, cinnamon, and opoponax. So good, man. So good. It performs even a little bit better than the original Jubilation 25. And this fragrance to me, I've always said, I guess I would say probably this along with Interlude are really, to me, epitomize what this brand, in my mind, when I think Amouage, is about. This fragrance, Interlude Man and Journey Man, to me, really, you know, represent what this fragrance brand is about when I think about Amouage. Fine Middle Eastern perfumery at its finest. This particular collection, man, there's a few others in the Exceptional Extraits collection, and they last all day long, literally on my skin. So you're always going to get, for most people, and that's how they look at it, great value and great bang for your buck when you get a fragrance that performs as long as these fragrances perform. So when you spend an exorbitant amount of money, oftentimes the performance is one of the barometers for people outside of quality ingredients, of course, and if it smells good, that they look at to say, hey, am I getting my value here? You're definitely getting that with this fragrance because it's a great performer. Definitely worth the price. Again, for retails for $520 from the brand of Amouage Jubilation Man 40. All right, next up, we're going back to the brand of Roja Parfums. The best sheeper in the world, Diaghilev. Oh, this is good. Retails for $1,020. This is peach, oak moss, leather, benzoin and sandalwood are some of the main notes. And guys, I will tell you, this man, listen, if you like that genre of Chypre, you gotta check this one out, man. That peach note, just the right amount of this little sweet kind of fruitiness in the opening of this fragrance that I just love. Every time I smell it, you know, it gives me the same kind of reaction when I smell that peach note in Diaghilev. This is one of the ones that I paid full retail for. I paid full retail for this fragrance. It was kind of my own gift to myself. Maybe not this last Christmas, maybe 2 Christmases ago, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really have words to tell you how good Diaghilev is to this guy. Because again, Chypres go so well in a suit and tie. And you smell the quality of this fragrance through and through. And I love that about it, that I can smell it. I smell where my money went. You know, and that says really saying something. So check this one out. Get a sample of something of it. I do know of discounters where it's selling for about half price. So again, I'll try to link as many of these as I can if I can find them discounted. But check this one out, guys. Diaghilev. All right, now going to the brand of Fragrance du Bois. This is Amber Intense Parfum. Amber Intense. This one retails for about, I think it's even $750 or $720. The fragrance is from this collection. And basically what you get with this one is tangerine amber, patchouli with a little bit of oud on the dry down. And I love it because I love amber fragrances, and this is a very unique amber. Out of all the 50 or so amber centric fragrances I have in my collection, this one stands out because of that unique kind of tangerine / mandarin orange opening. You usually don't find that in ambers. That's usually not what you get in the opening, but this one, definitely, I love it, and it stands out for that reason. I mean, just look at the bottle, guys. You start talking about price points and stuff. Quality does matter. Look at the inscription on the bottle. It's gold plated. The cap on it is very hefty as well. Again, just fine perfumery, man, and that's what we're talking about on this video. I don't want anybody come on here complaining about, oh, you buying expensive fragrances. I have expensive, and I've done lists where I talk about inexpensive. I just did a video, go look at that video. Cheap winter fragrances. That may be for you. This is not a boasting thing, it's just what I wanted to talk about today. So anyway, definitely a luxury purchase and a fragrance that I think is well worth it. Again, you can get most of these at discounters, and I'll try to link as many of them as I can find at a discounted price. But from Fragrance du Bois, man, Amber Intense. Magnificent stuff. All right, guys, next up, we're going back to the brand of Frederic Malle from that Desert Gems collection. This one is called Promise. Promise. Retails for $470. You got April, Cypre oil, Bulgarian rose, and labdanum. Oh, man. Guys, I think I like this one maybe a little bit better than the Moon. I said it. And that's because of that apple note. That's because of the apple note. This one was done by another one of my favorite perfumers, Dominique Ropion, who also is another perfumer that worked on one of my fragrance collabs with Navitus. And this particular fragrance, they have indicated that they did not use oud here, but they used the Cypre oil and something else in here to give the kind of illusion almost that oud was in it. Whatever they did, mission accomplished. So it doesn't give, it smells like there's a little bit of oud in it though. That's another topic for another day. But man, that apple note in the opening, this is so good. The least expensive fragrance on the list, one of the best, honestly, in my humble opinion. From the Desert Gems collection of Frederic Malle, this one is called Promise. All right, guys, next up, I cannot do a video like this and not include this fragrance. Going back to Boadicea Victorious, this is their Zodiac collection, retailing for around $1,200. This is called Valiant. Valiant. Yang Ylang Mandarin Orange, Orange Blossom, Sandalwood, Vanilla, and Tonka Bean. Gee whiz. Smells like heaven. That's exactly what this smells like. I don't really have anything else to say about it. Creamy orange fragrance, the orange blossom and those mandarin orange. Of course, it's citrusy, but the orange blossom gives a sweet. I've always said this kind of creaminess to it, but there's sandalwood that helps support an additional level of creaminess with sweetness of tonka bean and vanilla as it dries down. Do yourself a favor and get a sample of this. Seriously. Valiant from Boadicea Victorious. You gotta put your nose on it. All right, guys, this next fragrance, we're going back to the brand of Roja Parfums. This is definitely, even probably more so than Parfums de la Nuit number 3, not a mass appealing fragrance. This is for straight up fragrance, frag connoisseurs. One of the most provocative fragrances I have in my entire collection. You talk about sexy, this is next level. Now, again, your date may run away from you, or she may wanna, go home with you. You're gonna take that risk, but this fragrance is definitely risque. Parfums de la Nuit number 1. Man, this stuff is fantastic. Retails for about $1,250. Cloves, patchouli, labdanum, benzoin, civet, castoreum, tonka bean, and vanilla. So just like all the other fragrances from this collection, it has a nice ambery base. This to me again is the most animalic. So I get more of the castoreum, which is kind of an animalic, almost leathery touch that you get. The civet, I get those two the most. Very seductive notes, almost like musk. They kind of work in a similar fashion as pertains to what they provide to a scent profile. A little bit of a skankiness, you get a little bit of that here. But I think it is so well balanced by those ambery notes here, like the benzoin and the labdanum in this fragrance. It is just, again, the best word to describe it is a heck of a provocative scent profile. I think this one is called a Predator. When you wear this, you know exactly what time it is. So check it out from the brand of Roja Parfums. The Predator. Parfums de la Nuit number 1. And last but not least, I had to throw one of those, a really clean, fresh fragrance on this list. Another one from Fragrance du Bois that retails for around that $727 $50 price point. This one is called Heritage. Heritage. And what you get on this one basically is aldehydes, orris root, jasmine, and sandalwood. So it's a very clean, fresh, floral fragrance. Man, I'm telling you, these kind of fragrances you put on in the like spring and summertime, just kind of takes it to the next level, man. Such a classy fragrance. And again, honestly, it's expensive, but you do smell the quality in it when you wear it. You won't find anything else like this on the designer fragrance market, honestly, when you talk about like spring, summer fragrances and having this kind of quality. And that's kind of sort of what this video is about. They're more expensive, but you're going to see a difference in quality and things of that nature. So definitely one that I'll include on the list from the brand of Fragrance du Bois. This one is called Heritage. But that is it, guys. That's my time. I hope you enjoyed this video. What are some fragrances you may have or experience in your collection that are very expensive or more expensive? We're talking about $400 or plus, but you feel like they were worth the money. I would seriously love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. And remember, there's probably going to be a part 2 to this. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget, guys, to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.